All right guys, so in today's video, we're gonna go through a couple ways we can think about dividing our canna lily plants. If you live in areas like I do, Westchester, Pennsylvania, Zone 6B, 7A, where we have cold winters, generally you're probably gonna be growing them in containers, but this process will work just as well if you're lucky enough to live where it stays warm throughout the winter, where you can leave them growing in the ground. So the two ways that we're going to discuss are at the beginning of the season, which would be in the springtime when you start to see your plants just starting to grow. And then the second way would be at the end of the season when you're finishing your plants and then you're planning to overwinter them. Both are great times to divide your plants. Now, yes, I am here in autumn, but I'm going to demonstrate with this plant what you would do at the beginning of this season to divide your plants prior to them really starting to take off. So to mimic what that would look like, I'm gonna cut my plant back and you can envision that that would be your plants at the beginning of the season just starting to sprout out of the ground. All right, so imagine that it's May or June and you're just starting to see some of that first growth of the season, something that might look like this. All of these growth points that are just getting started. This is the perfect time to start dividing at the beginning of the season. So if your plants are in a container like mine, first thing that you want to do is try to get it out of the container. There we go. Now you can see just how beautiful that is. All of those rhizomes that can absolutely be divided on their own. Now, once you get them out of the container, if you have a really big mass of roots like that, you can start by removing that. It'll make your life a little easier. So generally, all the rhizomes, which are the important part, are going to be in that top 6 inches of the soil. So if you are growing them in the ground and you want to divide them, you really only need to dig out those about, top 6 inches of the soil and take out these big clumps right out of the earth like this. Now, much of gardening, like life, is really just using your best judgment. So the next thing to do is we're gonna just look for, you can see there's kind of like a hot pocket here, another one here, another one here. So that means that that's kind of like a big area for one rhizome to really be, growing. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my shovel and just section it out. And now I have 4 brand new chunks. So now the great thing about doing this process when your season is just getting started, the fact that you'd already started to see some growth, that signals that the ground is absolutely warm enough to support, continued growth right away. So what that means to you is that, yes, you might have all of these rhizomes that have been cut in half, but you don't need to let them cure over or anything like that. You want to get them right back in the ground that same day. Get them planted just like they were wherever you want, ensuring that that soil line of the top of your new section is flush with the ground wherever you might be planting them, or, one little section like this would be perfect in a pot like this. And by the end of the season, they will definitely, each one of these will fill out this size container with ease. So this is the method for dividing your canna lilies at the beginning of the season when your weather is just warming up and you're going to have months and months of continued growth ahead of you. Now, the next method that I'm going to show you is the method that you will do at the end of the season when you're getting ready to overwinter your plants dividing them so that you can store them as individual rhizomes in something like vermiculite, sand, or perlite. So let's check out that method right now. So we're gonna start exactly the same way by cutting it all back. Next, we need to get it out of the container. So I'm gonna use a hori-hori knife to go around the edges. So for the life of me, I cannot get it out of the container. So what I decided to do was just take my shovel and go right in the middle to take it out in chunks. So now starts the treasure hunt, looking for all of the rhizomes in our piles. So I'm gonna just keep cutting back until I start to get to some denser feel that I would be cutting through. And with clumps like this, I'm just gonna cut right through it. It's very similar to iris. If you've ever divided iris, that's basically what we're gonna be doing as these enter into the overwintering state. So this is a perfectly beautiful little rhizome. They can be small like this. Cut that off. Or they can be big like this. Both of them will serve our purpose. You can see the roots are coming down like that. So that tells you that this was the old growth point. So I'm gonna just cut it off. We don't need it. Now we want to try to not damage them. That's why I'm using this really nice soft brush. But if you do, make little damages into them like I showed you, or even like little cuts like this, that's okay, because we're going to let them really have a few days to dry out before we box them up. So it's a slow process, removing all of this soil. Yeah, so I accidentally just cut that and broke that in half. I didn't mean to do that, but it's fine. Trying to remove as much of that soil as possible. And I'm really just kind of willy-nilly just cutting. There's nearly not much you can do. Well, that was quite the treasure trove of rhizomes. Look at just how many we got from that one container. It took a long time, but from that one container, I will probably be able to fill out 3 containers worth next year. Now, like I was mentioning, we want to let these cure over and dry out for a few more days before we store them. Now, in the meantime, while we're waiting for these to get ready, I prefer to overwinter my rhizomes in vermiculite. I find that they do really well overwintering in vermiculite, and other things like caladium, calla lilies, begonias, I will also overwinter in vermiculite. So you can find some in the description below, a link to this if you don't have any on hand. All right, so it has been a week since we took the divisions and have been letting our plants, or our rhizomes, I should say, cure over. And what's really interesting is that you'll notice that there's like this fuzziness on wherever they were kind of cut, which definitely would have led to rot. If I had just taken these, put them in a box with vermiculite right then and there, they would have rotten and they would never have survived. But because we let them dry and cure over, that fuzziness it doesn't matter anymore because the surface has really cured over at this point. So now at this point, we can box them up into our vermiculite and overwinter them and get them planted up next spring. Alternatively, if you did do this in the springtime, you still are going to want to let them cure over like this for a few days, but at this point now you could go and plant them again if you do have warm weather in the following period of time wherever you may live. All right, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed these two different methods showing you how to make divisions of your canna lily plants. They are some of the best tropical plants, very easy to grow with lustrous foliage and many times beautiful blooms as well. And they're definitely worth going through the process of dividing them and absolutely overwintering them. And if you're looking for the video on how to overwinter them, just check the video description below and you will find a link to that video. Don't forget, subscribe to our page. We have almost 1,000 videos all about growing plants indoors and outdoors. Anyways, thanks for joining me here on Plant Vibrations. I'll catch you next time. Ciao.